Picture the guy sitting by himself at the corner table of your local coffee shop. He's in his late 40s. He's drinking his coffee black. He isn't frantically checking his phone or looking around the room for validation. Society will tell you that guy is a tragic figure. They'll say he's the classic middle-aged divorced man, a guy who lost his family, living in a depressing, half-empty apartment, eating cold takeout over the sink while mourning his youth. But society has it completely backward. If you look closely, you won't see a guy who is broken. You'll see a guy who is completely and utterly free. He is part of a growing, silent majority, a group of men over 45 who have gone through the absolute worst emotional ringer imaginable and came out the other side as the happiest people in the room. They don't brag about it. They don't shout it from the rooftops. They just quietly go about their lives, enjoying a level of peace that most guys still in the rat race can't even comprehend. Today, we are going to talk about exactly how they got there and why hitting rock bottom in your 40s is actually the ultimate cheat code for the rest of your life. Section 1. The Great Exhale. Let's start with the immediate aftermath. When the ink finally dries on those divorce papers, it feels like surviving a car crash. You are bruised, you are exhausted, your bank account has taken a massive hit, and your daily routine has been completely blown up. You move into a new place. Maybe it's a smaller house, maybe it's an apartment. The furniture doesn't match and the walls are a little bare. But then, the first weekend alone hits. You wake up on a Saturday morning. You open your eyes, and what do you hear? Absolutely nothing. Silence. For a lot of guys, this is a terrifying sound at first. But very quickly, that terrifying silence turns into something else entirely. It turns into peace. This is what I call the Great Exhale. For years, maybe even decades, you lived in a state of low-grade anxiety. You were constantly managing the emotional weather of your house. You know exactly what I mean. You would pull into the driveway after a long day of work, put your car in park, and sit there for an extra 5 minutes. You were bracing yourself. You were trying to guess what mood was waiting for you on the other side of that front door. Were you going to walk into an argument? Were you going to get the silent treatment because of something you forgot to do? You spent years walking on eggshells in your own home, but not anymore. Now, when you put the key in the door of your new place, the only mood waiting for you is your own. If you want to sit on the couch in complete silence for 3 hours, you can. If you want to watch a documentary about ancient Rome at 2 a.m, nobody is going to sigh heavily from the other side of the bed. If you want to leave your shoes right by the door, they stay right by the door. It sounds small, it sounds petty, but when you add up thousands of these tiny moments of freedom, the result is massive. Your nervous system finally resets. You stop bracing for impact. The tension in your shoulders literally drops a few inches. You realize that for the first time in your adult life, your sanctuary is actually a sanctuary. It's not a battleground, it's a place where you can actually rest. Society tells us that a man needs a bustling household to be happy, but what nobody mentions is the sheer, unadulterated joy of being entirely responsible for your own environment. You aren't lonely in that quiet apartment. You are insulated. You are finally off the clock. And that deep, restorative peace is the exact foundation every divorced man uses to build the happiest years of his life. Section 2. Dropping the resume. Let's talk about the invisible backpack you've been carrying around since your mid-20s. Inside that heavy backpack is your societal resume. For decades, your identity wasn't really your own. It was a collection of job titles and obligations. You were the husband. You were the provider. You were the fixer. You were the rock. Society handed you a script the minute you got married, and you played the part. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. You worked the job you didn't necessarily love so you could pay the massive mortgage. You spent your weekends fixing the gutters or mowing the lawn so the house looked perfect to the neighbors. Every single day felt like an ongoing performance review. Did you earn enough this month? Did you plan the right vacation? Did you remember the anniversary, pick up the dry cleaning, and fix that leaky faucet? You were constantly being graded. And if we're being honest, you rarely felt like you were getting an A+. There was always something more you should have been doing. But when a divorce happens, something incredibly liberating takes place. That resume, it gets shredded. That invisible backpack full of rocks, you take it off and leave it on the floor. Suddenly, you are no longer defined by your utility to a household. You are no longer just a walking wallet, a human shield, or a handyman on call. You are just you. At first, that lack of identity can feel a little dizzying. You might look in the mirror and think, if I'm not that guy anymore, who am I? But then the freedom kicks in. You realize you no longer have to perform for an audience of one. You don't have to justify your career choices or your ambitions to anyone but yourself. If you want to step down from a high-stress management job to take a lower-paying gig with zero stress, you can do it. There is no one sitting across the kitchen table telling you that you need to be more ambitious or that you need to hustle harder. You are finally allowed to just exist. You are allowed to be completely average on a Tuesday without feeling like you are letting the team down. The heavy burden of always having to be the man with the plan simply vanishes into thin air. Divorced men over 45 look so incredibly happy because they have officially resigned from the hardest, most thankless job in the world, trying to live up to someone else's impossible expectations 24/7. They have dropped the act, they have stopped performing, and the mental energy they get back from dropping that heavy act, it's explosive. They take all that leftover energy and finally start pouring it back into themselves. Section 3. The Friendship Renaissance. Now let's talk about your social life. Before the divorce, your social calendar probably looked like a hostage negotiation. Think back to all those Saturday nights spent at an overpriced, crowded restaurant. You were sitting across the table from another married couple. Why were you there? Because your wife and the other wife were friends, which meant you were forced into a buddy-buddy relationship with a guy you had absolutely nothing in common with. You'd sit there nursing a $12 beer, making painful small talk about lawn care, interest rates, or whatever boring corporate job he had. You did it to keep the peace. You did it because that's what married couples do. When you get divorced, there is a very famous phenomenon that happens. The couple's friends completely disappear. They ghost you. People treat divorce like it's contagious. They don't know whose side to take. It makes them think about their own marriage problems, so they just quietly back away. For a lot of guys, losing this social circle feels like a massive blow at first. It feels like total isolation. But give it 6 months, you'll look back and realize it wasn't a loss at all. It was a massive upgrade, because you didn't lose your tribe. You just cleared out the dead weight. Now, for the first time in years, you get to choose exactly who you spend your time with. No becomes a complete sentence. If you don't want to go somewhere, you just don't go. This is what I call the friendship renaissance. Divorced men over 45 don't waste time on polite, fake friendships. They simply do not have the patience for it anymore. Instead, they build a real brotherhood based on actual shared interests. They reconnect with guys they genuinely like, guys they can go fishing with, play a round of golf with, hit the gym with, or build motorcycles with. When older divorced men hang out, there is zero drama. Nobody is trying to impress anyone. Nobody is looking at their watch wondering when they are allowed to go home. You talk about real things. You talk about your struggles, your wins, your kids, and your health. Or you sit around a fire pit for 3 hours, drink a beer, barely say a word, and it's the best night of the week. Quality completely replaces quantity. Society tries to paint the older divorced man as a sad, lonely guy sitting at a bar by himself. But the reality, his social life is 10 times richer than the married guy who is currently being dragged to another baby shower or forced couples dinner. He has a tight-knit circle of guys who actually have his back. And when your social life is based on genuine connection instead of marital obligation, your happiness levels absolutely skyrocket. Section 4. The Physical and Mental Rebuild. Let's shift gears and talk about the physical and mental rebuild. You know the cliche perfectly well. A guy goes through a divorce, immediately buys a gym membership, and desperately tries to get a revenge body. It's a funny stereotype that plays out in movies, but it entirely misses the deeper truth of what's actually happening. When you were married, your physical health was likely pushed to the absolute bottom of the priority list. You were in pure survival mode, between the crushing stress of the job, keeping the household running, and dealing with constant marital friction. Who had the energy to work out? You survived on bad sleep, stress eating, and whatever leftovers were sitting in the fridge. Your body was like a classic car that had been left out in the rain for 10 years. You were rusting from the inside out. The classic dad bod wasn't just from eating pizza, it was a physical manifestation of chronic stress. But after the great exhale, something massive shifts. You finally have the time, the silence, and the mental bandwidth to take the machine out of the garage and fix it up. At first, maybe it is a little bit of ego. You want to look good again. You want to prove to yourself that you still have it. But very quickly, the motivation changes. It stops being about how you look in the mirror. It becomes entirely about how you feel in your own head. You start lifting weights, hiking, or training jiu-jitsu because it burns off the remaining stress. It clears the mental fog. You are literally sweating out years of built-up frustration. And then, the real magic happens. You start sleeping. I mean really, truly sleeping. 8 hours of deep, uninterrupted rest. There is no snoring partner. There are no thermostat wars. There is no waking up at 3 a.m. with a racing heart, dreading the argument you know you have to finish over breakfast. Ugh. When you combine deep sleep with zero daily domestic stress, your body starts to rapidly heal. The brain fog completely lifts. That chronic back pain you thought was just getting old magically disappears. Your blood pressure drops back down to a normal, healthy range. You aren't trying to look like a 20-year-old fitness model. You are building a resilient body that will allow you to actually enjoy the next 30 years of your life. You also gain complete control over your diet. You start eating what actually fuels you. If you want to eat grilled chicken and broccoli for 4 days straight, you eat it. You don't have to negotiate a dinner menu, compromise on takeout, or keep junk food in the pantry for anyone else. Divorced guys over 45 look so damn good because they have finally removed the toxic stress that was aging them in dog years. They aren't just getting in shape, they are literally aging backward. Section 5. Radical Financial Autonomy. Now let's talk about the giant elephant in the room, money. This is the number one thing that terrifies men about getting a divorce, the financial hit. And let's be brutally honest, the financial hit is very real. You likely lost half your assets. Your retirement account took a massive beating. Maybe you're paying heavy alimony or child support. The math can look incredibly grim on paper. So how on earth can a guy be happy after taking a massive financial loss like that? Because of one extremely powerful, life-changing concept, radical financial autonomy. You may have lost half of your money, but you just gained 100% control over whatever is left. Think about the intense financial friction in your marriage, the constant, exhausting tug of war over money, the fights over the credit card bill at the end of every month, the silent resentment when yet another stack of Amazon boxes showed up on the front porch, the heavy guilt trips you received if you ever wanted to spend money on your own hobbies. Every single financial decision was a committee meeting, and usually a hostile one. You were likely funding a lifestyle you didn't even actually care about. The expensive throw pillows, the matching furniture sets, the keeping up with the Joneses neighborhood. You were paying for a life that someone else wanted. That is entirely gone now. If you have $50 left in your checking account at the end of the week, it's your $50. If you want to live incredibly cheap, eat rice and beans, and save aggressively to rebuild your nest egg, you can do it. Nobody is going to complain about the tight grocery budget or the lack of luxury vacations. On the flip side, if you get a bonus at work and want to drop $2,000 on a new set of golf clubs, or book a spontaneous weekend flight to Vegas, you just swipe the card. No guilt, no justification, no fighting. True wealth is not a specific number in a bank account. True wealth is agency. It is the absolute unquestioned freedom to direct your resources exactly how you see fit. A divorced man living in a modest one-bedroom apartment with full control of his paycheck is infinitely happier than a married man living in a massive McMansion who has to beg for permission to buy a fishing rod. The profound peace of mind that comes from total financial control far outweighs the initial sting of the divorce settlement. You stop stressing about what was lost in the past. Instead, you start loving the absolute control you have over what you are building for the future. Section 6. Dating on easy mode. Let's talk about the dating scene. When guys first get divorced, the idea of dating again usually sounds like an absolute nightmare. You probably haven't been on a real first date since the late 90s or early 2000s. The apps look terrifying. The rules of engagement have completely changed. It feels like learning a foreign language from scratch. But then, you finally get out there, you shake off the rust, and you realize something incredible. Dating in your late 40s and 50s is basically playing the game on easy mode. Think about what dating was actually like in your 20s. If we are being honest, it wasn't really dating. It was a high-stakes, incredibly stressful job interview. Every time you sat across the table from a woman, there was a massive invisible checklist hovering in the air between you. Does he make enough money? Is he husband material? Will he be a solid, dependable father? Can we afford to buy a house in a good school district together? You were both desperately trying to figure out if you could merge your entire lives, combine your finances, and build a 40-year empire. The pressure was absolutely crushing. You were auditioning for a permanent role. Now, that invisible checklist is completely gone. It evaporated. You have already done the marriage thing. You have likely already raised your kids. You have your career, your own place, and your own established routine. And guess what? The women you are dating are in the exact same boat. They have their own money, they have their own houses, their kids are grown and out of the nest. They aren't looking for a guy to pay their mortgage, rescue them, or give them a baby. They are just looking for a cool, interesting guy to spend time with. You get to completely bypass all the heavy life or death relationship milestones. You just go out, grab a drink, and actually have fun. You talk about your interests, not your 5-year plan. If the vibe is right, you keep seeing each other. You go on weekend trips, try new restaurants, and enjoy the romance. And if the vibe is off, you just say, "Hey, it was great meeting you, but I don't think this is a match," and you go your separate ways. There is no messy, drawn-out breakup. There is no dividing up the record collection. There are 0 lawyers involved. The stakes are incredibly low, which means the enjoyment level is incredibly high. You don't have to merge bank accounts or move in together. You can maintain your own separate sanctuary and still enjoy all the absolute best parts of a relationship. And here is the ultimate secret weapon of the older divorced guy. He is perfectly fine being alone. He doesn't need to be in a relationship to feel complete. His quiet house is waiting for him, and he genuinely loves it there. Because he isn't desperate, he naturally exudes a calm, quiet confidence. He shows up as exactly who he is, take it or leave it. And in the modern dating market, that calm confidence makes him incredibly magnetic. He isn't playing games, he is just enjoying the ride. Conclusion. So, let's tie this all together. Society fully expects the older divorced man to be miserable. Why? Because society measures success by the accumulation of things and the maintenance of an image. The big house, the long marriage, the perfect smiling picture on the front of the annual holiday card. But the divorced man over 45 has discovered the ultimate hidden truth. Peace is the highest form of wealth. He has gladly traded in the stressful, chaotic, picture-perfect life for something infinitely better. A life that is authentic, quiet, and completely his own. He doesn't have a boss at home anymore. The only person he answers to is himself. If you are watching this and you are currently in the dark, early days of a divorce, I need you to listen to me very closely. The pain you are feeling right now is temporary. The overwhelming confusion, the brutal financial stress, that heavy, empty feeling in your chest, it will pass. It always does. You are not standing at the tragic end of your story. You are standing at the exact starting line of the best, most incredibly freeing chapter of your entire life. Just keep breathing. Lean into the great exhale. Rebuild your physical machine. Ruthlessly guard your newfound peace. And watch how incredible your daily life becomes when you are finally the one holding the pen. Now, I want to hear from you. If you are one of those guys who made it to the other side, if you found that quiet, bulletproof happiness we talked about today, drop a comment below right now. Share your personal aha moment. Tell the guys who are currently struggling in the trenches exactly what they have to look forward to. Your story might be the exact lifeline someone needs to read today. Hit that like button if this video resonated with you. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content just like this, and I'll see you in the next one.